Hey. Well, hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for. Sorry, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get started. People come in. That's fine.
We don't have that.
Can you see me, Melissa?
Huh?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. All right, so my name is Tiffany Gamble, and thank you for coming, everyone. I am the owner of Gamble Tech Firm, where we educate, inspire, and empower future Black technologists. I'm really passionate about tech in our Black community because we're here. It's the future right now, and if we don't get a hold of our future, we will be lost. Why are skills critical today? So we do have a speaker, and I'm gonna introduce her in a second. But I just really wanted to talk about our agenda for tonight. Just a brief outline. We're going to talk about the state of technology as a whole, and then how Nebraska is how we par on the landscape of tech jobs, and then the future worker. What are some certifications you may need to entry level positions to get into this space, and then youth and the relationship with technology, and then we'll end it with some question and answers. So I'm gonna introduce my speaker here. Her name is Melissa Obi. Let me see if I can just put her up on the screen. Trying to just get you. All right, there we go.
Here I am.
Yeah. Hi, how are you? Thank you for coming. So
Hi.
this is Miss Melissa Obi. She comes from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'll have her introduce herself.
My name's Melissa Obi. I consider myself an all-around technologist, a blurred, so to speak, a Black nerd. I'm very, very, very passionate about technology, and I'm also very passionate about our people understanding how technology can be the great equalizer. I've been a technologist for about 20 years now. I don't have a degree in engineering. A lot of people think that that's what you have to have in order to break into this space, but that's not necessarily so. My degree is actually in marketing, and I started out in technology sales. Then I ventured over to network engineering and over into cybersecurity, cloud computation, application security, wireless, data analytics, machine learning, algorithms, and I'm happy to be here. So,
Thank you, Melissa. All right, so where are we at right now in technology in this space? We have over 2 million jobs that are unfulfilled in the tech industry right now within United States. We only have 25% of STEM workers are female. Only 9% of STEM workers are Black, really 8%. And the tech industry is worth 1.6 trillion, not million, not billion, but $1 trillion. Jobs are becoming more and more automated right now. So what does that mean for us? We need to get our skills up. So Nebraska tech industry, we have over 2,000 jobs in tech unfulfilled in Nebraska. Did y'all know that? No. So in Omaha, the tech job on average, you can earn about $40,000 a year. Nebraska ranks 33rd in the country in the percentile of tech workforce with only 6% of tech workers in this space. So we have work to do. There is so many jobs being unfulfilled, even here in Nebraska. We have Facebook here, we have Google here, we have a lot of the big, huge tech firms here, tech companies here, we have been coined Silicon Prairie. I don't know if people knew that. So you know how you have Silicon Valley in California, you have Silicon Prairie in Nebraska. We have the largest data center population in the country as well. That's why a lot of companies are coming here because of the data centers. And it's cheap labor. I'm not cheap labor, but cost of living is low here. So I'm passionate about women in technology. We're less than 1% of Black women in this space. We need to get in this space. And if you remember the movie Hidden Figures, we were the computers. We were the processors. What happened? I love this scene. I want to share this real quick with you to show you how powerful we were. And we still are. We have to claim this back.
Me. Temporarily, yes. We need the IBM for Glenn's launch. The lead engineer says you're good with the cards, programming and such. What about the girls here? Well, human computers can't calculate an orbital flight at the time we have. They'll stay put for now.
What about after now?
After Glenn's launch, NASA's dissolving the computing groups.
I'm not accepting reassignment unless I bring my ladies with me.
Excuse me?
You're gonna need a lot of manpower to program that beast. I can't do it alone. My girls are ready. They can do the work.
Ladies, we've been reassigned. Leave your calculators, you won't need them home.
Ladies. They didn't know what to do with us when we walked over there in IBM, right? So what happened? A whole army of Black women came into NASA and took it over, and we were computers. What happened? Why is there only 1% of Black women in this space right now? I don't understand. I do. I have a few reasons or explanations of why. They dummied us down. They told us we wasn't smart enough. That was a man's job. Let the computer do it. But no, we are smart. We are intelligent. We created science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And we need to get back into those roles. Right now, trying to get back to my slide here. Sorry, 1 second. All right, so where do we go with this information? The future worker, what does that look like? The future is now, so we have to start preparing ourselves right now for this new future. We're in the fourth industrial revolution, and that's all tech. You're going to see flying cars, just like the Jetsons. If you ever watched the cartoon, the Jetsons, where you've seen the flying cars, you've seen the robot being the maid, we have that now. We have flying drones. They have flying drones in Dubai. They're police. So we have to start looking at technology in a way that's going to enhance our lives, and also how it can be a detriment to us as well as a community. We can talk about algorithms, and Melissa as will expound on that in a minute. We can talk about facial recognition software, how that is biased. A lot of this technology is biased because we're not in the room. We're not creating it. We're not bringing our thoughts and our opinions into the space. We have to go in that space, or else we're going to lose every single time. So we have a great opportunity to go into this industry right now. It's a very lucrative lucrative industry. Um, we can go in to be a web developer, all the way to engineering. It's limitless, and actually, technology is in everything that we do. Everything you can't name. I had a contest with some of the youth this summer. Name an occupation that doesn't use technology. I give you $100. Any takers? No, can't think of anything. Huh? Okay, all right. So we have to start looking at technology as a way to improve our lives in the Black community. We need to learn new skills, and we need to become producers, not just consumers. We scroll through our Facebook, we scroll through social media. We are the robots. We have to go to the Walmart, the local Walmart, and check out our own groceries. We are the robots. We are the consumers. We need to be producing this technology. And then where automation comes, jobs are lost. So where are you going to work? If that cashier job is gone, and right now we have a shortage of workers because no one wants to work because of COVID, So now they're bringing in machines to replace those jobs. Who's going to work on the machines? Who's going to create the software that goes into the machines? We have to. And right now, with the industry, with this generation, it is a expectation with companies that they go in having tech skills, tech education. We can't just be scrolling through our Facebook, our social media, being the robot. It's dumbing us down. We have to go in and learn how to work this machine, work this software. So, Melissa, if you want to expound on some pathways to get into the IT space, you have the floor.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to pivot back to what you were saying about technology being the great equalizer, because as we know, technology can definitely create individual economic opportunity. But the failure of our people to understand that we are swimming at the shallow end of the pool when it comes to technology and all of its advantages that it can offer us. We're becoming fast to become just users of technology and not innovators and designers and implementers and builders of infrastructure. And a lot of these jobs are going to be automated. Just even shopping in the grocery store, as you stated. And most of the service industry jobs are held by Black people. The truck driving jobs are going to be self-driven trucks. They're already on the road. Police departments are going to be using more robots. Even the military are going to be using more robots as opposed to infantrymen and officers. So it's very, very imperative that we socialize ourselves, and especially our children, into understanding and grasping and learning and creating technology and not just being users of technology. So some of the fields that I think that that are very lucrative right now, and that we can start with our children, as opposed to sports and entertainment. We need to try to pivot them away from that and push them into technology camps. We need to send them to these free technology camps that are being offered at these universities in your area, instead of putting them in football and basketball and cheerleading squads, because that is not going to be their saving grace. It is going to be technology. Technology is the great equalizer. So some of the certifications don't even require a 4-year degree. As a matter of fact, I would highly suggest that a lot of people go the community college route. Go in and go for your certification at a community college. You can get a 6-month certification. It only takes 6 months to do Q&A, quality assurance and web development. Amazon is offering free certifications and training for their AWS certified solutions architectural positions. Some of the latest and greatest certifications are also cloud computation and cloud security, which is a CCSP. That's a certified cloud security professional. Then we have the certified ethical hacking certifications that are great to obtain and very, very easy to obtain. And we all have a technical aptitude. If you can surf the web, you have a technical aptitude. If you can log on to the system, you have a technical aptitude. A lot of people feel like, I don't know anything about this. They're intimidated by technology, but technology actually makes it easier for you. So I would highly suggest that anyone that's in any type of service industry or your children that are in school, that you place them in these technology classes in school, because they're not going to offer them to your children. Studies have shown that schools can have state-of-the-art facilities, and you won't find one Black child in that class because they're not socialized into technology. And that is the biggest barrier that we're seeing right now. We can even look at what do you do with millions of people that are no longer needed in the workforce? What do you think is going to happen from a governmental policy and legislative perspective when you have people that you can't do anything with, right? Even the prison system will be, because the so-called prison reform is technology. What they're doing is they're no longer going to house you in brick and mortar, but they will house prisoners via monitors and facial recognition, just completely capturing data on them. Everything is data analytics right now. Data is being gathered on everything and everybody. You have the Internet of Things. Everything will be connected via wireless. Your phones are going to be completely revamped. Everything about you is already being collected. So if we're not in those rooms and in those spaces, helping to build technology to deter some of the biasness that technology will use against our people, then where do you think we're going to stand as a collective? So if you have any interest in technology whatsoever, I would suggest that you start get an introduction to networking first. That would be pivotal. You would need to get a CCNA. That's a very, very cheap certification to get. It only takes about 6 months. You can get that at your local community colleges for $189. And then you decide if you want to go into wireless security. Technology is very, 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 very broad, right? There are lots and lots and lots and lots of layers of technology, but one has to figure out what is best for them, because the most entry level of jobs will be technical. You have robots in the operating rooms now. So there's a lot this is a great technology reset. And we have got to be prepared. And as a collective, we are not prepared.
She was saying, and you're a little choppy, Melissa. Sorry, I don't know if it's my signal or yours, but there's robots in healthcare. There's robots in the operating room. My brother went to a hotel in Chicago. The robot came and delivered his towels and his food. So the more and more we are, in the next 5 years, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. We are in precedent times right now. when it comes to this tech space. And I implore you to go learn a skill. Just like when the internet came out, everybody was like, okay, I don't want to be on the internet. I want to fill out my job application, my paper application. My dad had an issue with pivoting to the internet. Now imagine this pivot into the tech space. All these jobs are going to be lost. They're already closing them up. COVID excelled this process exponentially. We are not going back to where things were. Everything is remote. They're closing shops. They're closing brick and mortars. Everything is online. If you don't understand how to navigate that space, you will be lost. And guess what happens? You'll become homeless. You will not have a job nowhere because you don't have the skills. There are no cashier positions. There are no entry-level positions where you don't have to have a GED, or a high school diploma. You need more than that.
Right.
So like Melissa said, if you know how to navigate on Facebook, Instagram, you know technology. It's just that simple. We have to stop minimizing ourselves. Oh, I'm so scared of technology. Oh, I can't do it. You got a Facebook page? Yeah. Did you set that up? Yeah. Okay, then you know technology. It's just that simple. We have to switch our mindset. It's a shift, right? And that's the hardest piece of shifting our mind into doing something different.
That's her connection. I have fiber.
All right. I'm sorry about that. So
Okay.
someone asked, what was the certification for $189?
Oh, there were several of them that you can try at your local community college that cost $189. Now, there's your CCNA, Certified Cisco Network Associate, which I would highly suggest that anyone that's going into any network space get the basics first, and that's what that will teach you. That will teach you the basics of networking, because you have to know how that data goes across those lines. You have to know how that backbone core network infrastructure is built and all the components that go into that, and how that data communicates with other servers across the world in order to be able to understand machine learning, for instance, and algorithms and how they work, in order to understand robotics. to understand drone technology and cybersecurity. So that's one that you can look into. That's really, really cheap. A lot of the community colleges got a lot of money to sponsor a lot of these technology courses, but a lot of them have been shutting these classes down because there was no interest from the American public. And a lot of these major corporate technology conglomerates are having to import people from India, from Asia, to come and do the work, because we don't have enough people to fulfill those jobs because people just aren't interested. Um, and it's really a space that cannot afford to, at this point in time, with all the technology jobs out there and cyber security being the biggest threat to America. It's really an opportune time for Black people to get in on the ground floor and hit the ground running. But we're not paying attention.
Exactly. And so this is why I'm here, to create that awareness, to start paying attention to where we're going in this tech industry or this tech ecosystem. Let's talk about Internet of Things. I know we were going to talk about that as well. So Internet of Things, anybody heard of that IoT before? Anybody? Nobody. All right. So Internet of Things is anything that's connected to Wi-Fi. Your refrigerator, your car, your watch, your
ring bill, your ringtone bill, your security camera.
Right. So anything that is connected is Internet of Things. They need software for that, right? We need to protect those things. Security, right? So as we build these smart homes, smart cars,
smart cities.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, we can go there about smart cities. And that's over in Africa and here. They have smart cities, but you have to start paying attention. At any moment, they can shut it down as well. Then what you gonna do? You built your home to be a smart home. You're locked inside your house.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't got control over your equipment. You don't even know how to work it or have access to it to work the software.
So Tiffany, is that what happened with some of the baby monitors? People
have them all the time. Yeah, people have the Ring all the time. Yeah. You have something to say, Melissa?
Oh, no. I was just agreeing that, that's precisely what happened. And they were hacking your individual cameras in your home. So you need to learn how to put basic security features in place to keep that from happening, and learn how to put stronger passwords in place, not your kid's name and your mother's maiden name, anything that anyone could figure out, your address. You have to be diligent. And when it comes to phishing and different type of emails that you can get that will cause people to hack your phone and hack your data, hack your accounts. A lot of times when that occurs, it is a people issue that they have let their guard down. They don't understand how to protect their data. It's called social. They're romancing you socially in order to get your information. So you need to know how to put strongholds in place on your personal information as well, and ensure that any of these major corporate conglomerates that you're dealing with that control your credit card information have strong security features in place and a strong IT cybersecurity team that keeps your information safe. You can ask those type of questions.
One simple way of protecting your data is when you set up a like a website. You have a two. What is it called? A two-way
authentication. Authentication.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So set that up. Password is just not safe. You need to have a two-step authentication enabled, so people, if they get to that first step and break it, they can't get to the second. And that's simple. That's basic security for you. But we don't know that. We don't understand that. We get lazy. We get lackadaisic. Okay, no one's going to figure this out. is boo boo 123. Yes, they will. Your kid's name and 123. No, you need a 10 key password. Let's see
And we
what
can
else
talk
we
about
need.
that. We can talk about encryption and virtual private networks, VPN, when you're surfing, to protect yourselves.
I'm gonna go back to my slide real quick, Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this is the new online age. We need to learn a new skill. Oh, sorry. Y'all can see that. Sorry. So there's free classes that you can take and resources. There is no excuse. Okay, you don't even have to pay for this education. Our country understands that we're lacking skilled workers in this space, so they're doing everything that they can do to equip us into this new age. So things like Facebook Elevate, like I talked about earlier, Corsica is a good one. They have a plethora, like thousands of online free classes or low cost. Harvard is on there. A lot of the top tier
MIT.
MIT is on there. Google certifications. That's another resource too that you can go to. So it's really no excuse. Metro Community College, we have a diamond in our backyard, y'all. We don't even use. We don't. They're struggling to find us. That's why they brought me in and said, "Hey, we're trying to close this gap of diversity. We know there's no black men or women or black folks in this space. What do? I got y'all. I'm gonna bring them to you. So the first step is intro to IT. What is IT all about? So it's understanding that this is no longer a what's the word I'm looking for? Option. This is a requirement at this point. Everybody needs to get on deck and get into the tech space. We talked about this before, being a creator of technology, being a producer of technology. The thing is, people think, well, what can I do? Find a problem. What's something in your life that is a problem, that is a pain point?
And be the solution.
And find the solution. Be an innovator. Make it work better. Whatever that problem is, right? So, for example, I always use this because it's our reality. Walmart. These dang on self-checkout lanes. They didn't have enough workers. I worked at Walmart. I watched them put this system in. It went from 4 to 10. Now it's 2 cashiers in Walmart.
Sam's has it too. Sam's has
Yes.
checkout now.
So it's happening right in front of our eyes. They've seen a pain point. And over on the West Coast, ain't nobody in the store. You walk in and self do everything. Put all your stuff in your bags. They see you, they using technology, facial recognition, all of that, and you walk out the store. This is the future that we're in right now. It's just slow in the Midwest coming, but it's here. It's coming. And Facebook is here. Google is here. I think I heard maybe Amazon may be coming. I'm not sure, but there's those outlets, So pay attention, y'all. We are at a crisis right now when it comes to technology. Let's talk about our students, our kids. 94% of our students, our kids, use their smartphone every hour. Are you serious? What could they do if they was using their smartphone to create something? There's all type of technology, all type of programs that they can download on their phone and create. Today I had an issue, for example. I'm teaching after school programming. I'm teaching the youth how to create a website or a website. Well, the school has certain websites blocked, so they couldn't get on Wix. I said, y'all have your phone? Yeah, we have our phone. Pull it up. We're gonna get on our phone and create a website. Oh, you can do that? If you can access it on this computer, you can access it on your phone. And we created a website or started the website on the phone. Like, wow. I said, see, it took you an hour to start your website. That time you spend scrolling through Instagram, you could have been a creator of technology. Just that simple. So we have to stop our kids. Here's your phone, go play a game. No, go build something. Okay? Go find some software. Make your time work for you. Create a business online. So you hold the key to transforming our nation and becoming a tech powerhouse. 88% don't go a day without being online. Lord, if I take somebody's phone, it's going to be a whole problem and situation. Okay. Only 12% can go a day without being online. So now there's an addiction to being online. So if you have your phone and you're online, go create something instead of being a robot on it. So I just want to talk about 2 career pathways, and we sort of talked about it earlier with cybersecurity. We're lacking there. We already seen what the lack of no skilled workers in that space has done for United States. Gas, our meat, it's gonna be our water system. They are Russia and all these other companies. They know they're testing to see where our holes are at, and then they're gonna infiltrate. They don't have to bomb us. Just gotta get in our system, and it's wide open for them. And Melissa, you can elaborate on that as well, since you're in that space.
Oh yeah, I was speaking of that, but America does the same thing. There's a cyber war going on across all countries, and so we're always the technology institutions. We're always looking for some of the best pen testers and some of the best ethical hackers to see where the holes are in our network, because what's happening is they no longer get on to the perimeter or the infrastructure devices, which would be your routers and your switches and your firewall. They have gotten so innovative that they can hit the application that sits on your servers in your cloud. Which is why a lot of technology companies are looking for application security experts. So that's another route to go. And that will always ensure that you will have a position. And when we were talking about the courses or the companies or the institutions that are actually offering a lot of these free courses, of course, you have Kane Academy. If you guys want to write some of this stuff down, you can. I probably should have sent this to you to put it on your screen. There's Allison.com.
Say that again, Melissa.
There's Allison.com, ALISON.com. And that's and this particular online course, they offer training in game development, software tools, IT management, software engineering, data science, databases, and your core IT skills, which is what I was informing you guys that will probably be the best option. You can opt for a certification or a diploma with Allison.com. And then there is Code Academy. They offer free coding classes in 12 programming languages. There's Python, Ruby, Java, JavaScript, jQuery. Those are some of the code languages that many of us need to focus on and learn. Then there's Coursera. They offer free computer programming courses that you can choose from. And I'll send you this when we get off the call if you want to pass this information onto your audience, Tiffany. That way they'll be armed with the knowledge that they need in order to get some of these free classes. And of course, there's Dash General Assembly. There's EDX. So there are lots and lots and lots of free courses out there that will get one trained up in technology fairly quickly if it's focused on. It's like I said, it has to be a social revolution into technology. We can't just look at it as just a way to get by, because again, we will be the ones that will be mostly affected by the use of technology to increase economic and political disparities.
Absolutely. And on that, facial recognition. Y'all heard about that technology, right? So her name is Joy. She worked at MIT lab. She's a technologist, Black woman. She's seen the disparities with facial recognition. Portland, when they had their riots, they were using that technology and they were locking us up, arresting us off of that technology. And it was biased. So she went to Congress and she's one of the spearhead women, Black women, that is shouting, hold on, you cannot use this technology. It's biased. So we need to stop.
The biasness is written into the code.
Exactly. Because we're not at the table. They don't see us. They just see a dark shaded person, and then that's Larry over there. No, it's not.
Because when you think about it, Tiffany, when you think about it, it's Black faces and Asian faces are 10 to 100 times to be falsely identified with facial recognition technology, and it's still used very, very widely. And that keeps one from having to fight the system, because what happens then, the system says, okay, it wasn't human error. Who are you going to go after? The algorithm?
Exactly. Yes. And that's why I love Joy for speaking up about it. We need to stop using this technology so we can get the bias out of it. But if we're not in the room coding it, it's going to stay the same.
It's going to become more innovative so that you don't even recognize that there's a bias in the algorithm.
So where does the tech industry lead us? More accessibility globally, as we've seen in COVID. Everybody was online and we're still functioning somewhat that way. I don't think it'll ever go back to the way it was, how we lived before. But also financial freedom. You can work anywhere. You can work remote. You can do anything that you want to do in this space. This is why I love technology. You can be on a beach somewhere at work. I love it. So we need to look at, yes, it may be uncomfortable at first to go into this space, to learn a new skill, but look at the benefits behind it after you get this skill. You have more freedom. You can live in Omaha and be working for somebody in Africa. It takes the borders off. You don't have to stay stagnant. You don't have to get up and work that 9 to 5, going into the office. You can be on the beach somewhere working. So I love the freedom that the tech space gives us. So lastly, I love this quote by my brother Malcolm X. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So we're in tomorrow right now. Are you prepared to go into this space? We as black families, we have a median income of $17,000 compared to white households, $171,000. You think it's going to get better or worse? Worse. $17,000 a year. Are you serious? Tech can flip that upside down. You go into this space, you set yourself up. You can create generational wealth. So start thinking about that as you start talking to your children. your nieces, your nephews, your cousins. Go into that space. Go into tech. Find something that you like. I got my girls, you know, they start off with coding. They hate it. I don't care. That's where it starts. That's where everything starts. People learn it. And then it's a progression. Then I ask them, okay, now that you know how to code, you know how a web page is formed. What is some interest that you have? I like to sing. Okay, what's the technology behind that? I like to write songs. What's the technology behind that? A sound engineer. So for like, since I have artists in my program, we have partnered with Facebook again. I love Facebook. Facebook about to be my best friend. Okay. They have a program called Beats Unlocked, music and tech. They have to code their beats. If I didn't introduce coding to them, they wouldn't have a clue what this coding was. Now it's in JavaScript, but it's block code. They're not hard coding, but they can see the code and they can understand what they're doing now. So in every industry, every interest, anything that you want to do, find where tech intersects that and look at the tech portion of it and get into that. Understand how that works. So my name is Tiffany Gamble. I'm the owner of Gamble Tech Firm, where we inspire, educate, and empower future Black technologists. Melissa, do you have any parting words for us?
I'm happy to be here again, and I just wanted to just let everyone know that you can reach out to me at melissaob93@gmail.com if you need any type of leading into what you should be taking from an entry-level technologist. And I'll be glad to tell you what classes you should take, find out where the classes are being held in your area, and tell you what pricing is as well.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you, my sister. And that concludes Tech and Tea with Tiffany on Tuesdays. Thank you so much for coming. I'll talk to you later, Melissa.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.